Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Brereus Kerensky and welcome to this third and final unboxing of this second series of games I've received in just one day. I've kept the biggest for last as usual, and this is Fire Emblem Musou, or Fire Emblem Warriors if you are in the West, Treasure Box, new 3DS version. Why new 3DS and not Switch? Well, mistakes were made on my side when I ordered this thing. As you can see, this box is rather non-descriptive, with just the game title and the denomination of this edition here, along with the contents. The treasure box holds the game, of course, soundtrack CD, an art book, postcard set, and a crystal. But before opening the treasure box, let's take a look at this pre-order bonus, a clear file that shows some of the main characters from, only 3 Fire Emblem games, plus the 2 siblings that are new to the Warrior series. And on the back, just the logo of the game. So, the premium box, an advertisement plus a code, and this must be the crystal. And this is the premium box of Fire Emblem Musou that on the front cover, besides the new 3DS only badge, amiibo compatible, publisher and 0 rating, shows different sprites from different Fire Emblem games. I'd say 4 or 5. There is Fates, this is Chrome from Awakening, Lyn from the Blazing Sword, Marth from, way too many, and is this Celica? Doesn't really look like her, but this is a mystery. Anyway, let's take a look inside. Well, I forgot, before taking a look inside, let's see what the back brings us. So, a good bunch of screenshots that are either from pre-rendered cutscenes or the Switch version, technical details on the bottom, and once again the contents of this edition that now get a preview image. The contents of the premium box are only the game, the art book, the postcard set, and the soundtrack CDs. The crystal was part of the treasure box and not of this premium box. On the other sides, just the logo of the game, once again the logo. Well, nothing spectacular on the sides, so yeah, it's really time to go inside. So, here's the game, yet another of these promotions. This must be the card set, soundtrack CD, and of course the art book as last. Let's take a look at the game that has a very evident reminder that this is a new 3DS title only, and this illustration is the same we've seen on the clear file before. So, nothing new on the back. And in this black case here is the 3DS cart, as well as some advertisement. I guess this is for Fire Emblem Cypher, and if you want to use this code, please do so, because I don't have any use of it. Third promotion from my game city, and as typical of 3DS games, there is no manual to go through. Fire Emblem Musou original soundtrack CD that on the front cover has no indication that there are 3 discs inside this case, but you can take a peek at the discs on the back. So on the front cover we see the Fire Emblem as well as the sprites we've seen on the front of the premium box. So here's the first disc, and it's very well held by the case. And if we go like this is the second disc, and we already seen the third one. So there is a booklet. "21 tracks on disc 1, 26 on disc 2, and only 17 on the third disc. Composers, arrangers, and part of the orchestra. And here are the postcards that there are quite a good number of them, and I've seen that the background is printed with a reflective finish. So on the back, yeah, everything is the same. They are real Japanese postcards, but I really doubt that anyone there will use them. Print quality is good, but they depict the 3D models used most probably in the pre-rendered cutscenes rather than artwork from Fire Emblem games. Well, I guess that this was really Celica, but the sprite didn't really look like her. And to conclude the premium box, let's take a look at the art book. So the art book already gets points for being properly bound, and we start off with a group shot of all the characters present in the base game. I know that Fates and Awakening are the most popular, at least with newcomers, but for someone like me that started to play the game with the first Western release, the Blazing Sword on the Game Boy Advance, it's kinda disappointing to see that the roster focuses on those two games. Especially when you consider that Fire Emblem Heroes on mobiles has characters from all the Fire Emblem games. Yeah, Liz wields an axe in this game. That's weird. Okay, they went for Shiro's illustration of Marth. I love Shiro myself, but I am not too fond of her work on his work for the Fire Emblem games. Or better, game, since he worked only on the remake of Shadow Dragon. The second remake of Shadow Dragon. And yeah, spoilers about the main antagonist of this game. It's just my wild guess though. Some preparatory sketches. Oh, nice armor, this one. And I really hope that this is not the last boss. Storyboards for the cutscenes. Interviews. And this concludes the art book. This leaves us with the crystal that is held in this black cardboard box. And other than the front, nothing much to say. Okay, so we have instructions, there is an LED and even sound button, wow. So, here's the base. Oh, there are also batteries, 3 AAAs, and of course the crystal. Or the other way. Well, it doesn't really sit perfectly in the base. Okay, let's turn this on. Just one thing before beginning, the battery compartment is held by a screw and not a simple flap. A rather dickish move from whoever thought up of this base. And here is a detail of the LEDs inside. This is the crystal sitting in its unlit base. On the back we have the speaker. And I'm really curious about the sound. Okay, of course they will give a line about taking a bath together with Camilla. So yeah. So yeah, they are not randomized, but they are just on a cycle, and it's not the entire cast. So let's really turn this on now. I must say that I am more than a bit underwhelmed about the lighting effects reflected by the crystal. I've seen better in other limited editions. The treasure box of Fire Emblem Musou I have here is just one of the many editions available for this game. There is the standard edition, the edition with just the premium box, this treasure box of course, one from the AB10 shop, and even one from the Capcom store. Among all the editions that go beyond the premium box only, I'd say that the treasure box is probably the least interesting, mainly because the crystal isn't as good as I've seen before. And before you ask why I didn't go for other editions instead, it's because the treasure box was the first to be made available, and I couldn't change my pre-order to other editions. The first hour play of Fire Emblem Musou will follow shortly, although don't expect a full review for this one, as I'll be focusing on Sen no Kiseki 3, and I really wanted to play Fire Emblem Musou on the Switch rather than on the 3DS. I hope you have enjoyed this unboxing, and you'll stick around for more. Briareos Kerensky, over and out!